Okay, so I know that it's not just me who, every now and then has this uh, problem or falls into this scenario where I have like so many options of things to choose from as little a decision as what bread to buy in the supermarket. Like I could literally be saying there's wheat bread, there's whole wheat bread, there's oat bread, there's normal bread, there's coconut bread, there's fish bread, sardine bread, raisins bread, so many different types of bread. And it feels like if I want to pick one, I'm going to be missing out on all the other multiple experiences that I could have been having bread wise in life. And then that decision is just so painful. So I relate it back to the lives that our parents used to live, and I'm like, back then they didn't have so many choices. They probably just had like two channels on the TV or one, and then you turn on your TV and it's whatever it is that is being offered to you at that point in time that you will see. Like I remember when even we were young, we had just STV, Silverbird, where we could watch like, Pinky and the Brain and things like that. And then it's only at a particular time that you go in front of your TV and then you sit down there and then you watch what is being shown to you. However, these days, like the plethora of options that exist literally just makes it hard to make a decision. And then that reflects in like every aspect of our lives as young people, when we have like we're literally like standing in the hallway seeing like so many doors, and then we're not opening any one of them because we're scared that to open one means to miss out on all the others. And so we just sit in the hallway and then we're looking at everybody else, going in and doing things, and then we're just there in a valley of indecision. So like initially having a lot of choices, even when it comes to things like the introduction of AI that gives you the ability to create things in seconds. Like we never used to have these abilities before. And then now it's like, oh, if I wanted to think of, maybe I wanted to move from being a product designer to being a musician, I could go on chat GPT and say, oh, look, this is what I'm thinking about. What options do you think are the best way? And then it gives me like 200 ways that I can go about it. I'm like, oh my God, where do I even start from? Like, this amount of information was never supposed to come our way. Now, obviously, I'm not like trying to banter AI or say that don't use it or anything. I'm just bringing to the fore the problems that we as a generation are currently facing. And like the fear of failing is not even the problem. The fear of failing at the wrong thing is what we are scared of. We're scared to pick something that is not good for us and then we fail at it. Now, one of the most, you know, one of the most painful things to have, as a thought process is that the wrong decision is going to like mess your entire life up, especially if you're a Christian. Like you believe that all things work together for your good, and you believe that the Spirit of God works in you to will and to do of His good pleasure. So, whatever decision you are making, as long as you trust not in your own understanding and you involve God, then it makes it, you should be more confident in making those decisions and forging ahead and then trusting God to lead you. And if you make a mistake along the way, or if the decision itself proves to be a mistake, you can be sure that God will redirect your path just as a good shepherd does. And so it's like in reality, the wrong decisions that you take actually lead to more clarity because now you know the things that are not for you. Now you know, oh, these are the things that I shouldn't be doing, or this is the way I shouldn't be going. So at the end of the day, man, we should all just like strive to just pick and choose to live a real life as opposed to always thinking and overthinking on how to live the best life. The best life is on the other side of an actual life. So you actually do have to choose to do something. You actually have to, look at the plethora of options, and by the leading of the Spirit of God, pick one thing and do it. Pick three things and do them consecutively. Just decide, decide the action, the course of action you're going to take. Like decide this is the way I'm gonna go, and then go with it like with your full chest, 100%. Because action cures overthinking. Like when you take action, you stop thinking. And you hear many people talk about this, the fact that, oh, you don't learn by thinking or planning, you learn by actually doing. So step out there, decide if it is career, if it's a relationship, if it is, even your devotion, if it is whatever it is, something you want to start fasting every week, you want to start doing something, like literally just start. When you start, you decide whether or not along the way, if you should continue or if this is bad and you shouldn't have started in the first place. But you never know until you start. The greatest successes, if you look at it, were born out of things that were just like random. It was just like, oh, let's just do this thing and see where it leads. And then it led to something that the whole world is currently marveling at. So start. Stop thinking too much. There are too many options, too many choices. We agree. But the only power we have now is to decide to pick one with God and go with it. Hope this helps.